Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Phil Jackson, September 17, Virgo season. He's 80 years old today. Phil Jackson, one of the best coaches in the NBA. He helped the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan win 5 rings. And then Phil Jackson went to the Lakers and won more rings. So altogether, I think Phil Jackson got like 11 rings. I think, 6 with the Bulls and then 5 with the Lakers. They call him Zen Master, his nickname. Salute. Like, share, subscribe, man.
Happy birthday to you.
Like who thinks they cooking?
And the reason why
With
that
cut
goes
stones upon a built altar in a high place. Like, what are y'all cooking? Mice?
Why am I looking at your
reason,
feet?
yeah, like repent.
Because how comely they are. Come with that good news.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But the reason why I would say that's important of what's bizarre is because when the conversation of the circumcision and the uncircumcision occurs later, I would teach, and this is just from my perspective, I believe that validates that point, because the moment that you say Jew, you automatically think back to Jewry and its religion and its expectation, and its most zealous expectation is that you have to be circumcised. That's his most zealous expectation. So Israelites who are uncircumcised, and I believe that Yoshiyahu could correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just me expressing myself. I do not recall any doctrine that allows an uncircumcised Israelite to be called a Jew. In reference to like the males, I don't recall.
Alienated from the Commonwealth.
Yeah, I don't recall a doctrine that would actually allow an uncircumcised Israelite to be called a Jew. And I think that is another political and religious point that is very important to what is happening in the New Testament. I think that's very important to the conversation, because that's one of the main, if not most important, separations in the entire New Testament between the two parties. One is the circumcision and the other is the uncircumcision. And we know it's talking about that which was made by flesh, because the authors themselves expressed it. So I think that's very important to note as well. But
I mean, I think that's a fair point, but that still doesn't mean the Jews regarding to where representing all 12 tribes, though, aren't. So you still have to deal with that also, and see what what the waters are. He'll say, well, these ones right here represented the northern kingdom that weren't circumcised, as if there were no northern kingdom Israelites, Jews amongst them that you read about one day that were circumcised.
I never said that. When did I say that?
You don't you? Okay, well, I apologize. I thought you believed that the Gentiles. I said I apologize. I thought. If I was wrong, I apologize. I thought you believed that the Gentiles in the New Testament are uncircumcised northern kingdom. If I misrepresented you, I apologize. That's not your position.
No, I believe that. I believe that the Gentiles and the, especially in Paul's epistles, would be uncircumcised Israelites. That,
Right.
Yeah, but I because the text doesn't specify what tribe they're from, I don't specify what tribe they're from, because I got just like the Jews in Jewry, because the text doesn't specify what tribe they're from. I don't specify what tribe they're from. I take the same position as Dan. Those Jews would be those who adhere to temple worship, were circumcised on the 8th day, have a connection to the Jews in Jerusalem. Would probably be under the tutelage of the Pharisees, would probably hang around the synagogues, even if they were dispersed throughout, throughout Europe. Actually, in my PTR, I found this. If you look at my pictures, there's this is a historical relic. You can actually look this up. It's an inscription on a stone that was found on the island of Delos. It's in the Mediterranean, and it reads, "The Israelites on Delos, who make first fruit offerings to the temple on Mount Holy Garrison in honor of Menopus, son of Artemidorus of Heracleon, both himself and his descendants, for constructing and dedicating his own funds for the synagogue of God. The crown, the and crown with him a gold crown, right? So, what people say about this inscription, what makes it so interesting is because nowhere on this inscription do they call themselves Jews. They call themselves Israelites. And I think that kind of goes to the point Dan was making. Just because you are a Israelite does not mean that you are a Jew. You could be an Israelite and not be a Jew, just like these Samaritan or those who worship at Mount Gerizim, who are spread abroad, still worshiping or making dedications to the temple at Mount Gerizim. They will not be considered Jews. They would be considered Israelites. Right?
But even with that, because and see, this is what I'm saying. Because even when you consider the ones who were proselytized, the proselytes, now you're still implying that Jews, even when they became circumcised, are still referred to as proselytes. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all deal with history. That's not in history where Jews viewed Israelites who grew up in the faith and got circumcised and referred to them as proselytes. Actually, the opposite is what's said in history as far as antiquity. When we're looking at the rabbis and whatnot, they didn't even have to undergo a full conversion process. That's what I'm saying. So even with that argument, even if we hold to that, what the ones that became circumcised, the proselytes, because that's what it would have been. Okay, so now you're telling me that now Paul is referring. It's crazy because none of us on this side who even believe we Israelites who weren't circumcised or weren't keeping the faith, ever, for the most part, ever refer to ourselves as proselytes. Now y'all are saying, okay, well, even the Jews who was circumcised, I take that argument and use it back on you. Now he's referred to them as proselytes and converts. That's not in antiquity. I need to see a source somewhere in antiquity, if somebody got one for me, that shows me that the Jews viewed another Israelite or Jew that y'all.
Bitch, and they don't give a fuck about no killing, you dirty ass bitch. Motherfucking
gonna be messy. I could post who I was talking to.
post who you would talk to.
She got different hoes and different area codes.
Sure do.
My class outside of here, the people that I take off the app, and I enroll them into my mentorship program. I have 170 mentees right now.
You work exclusively with 170 people?
Yeah.
Man, that's a whole lot.
Not really, because I don't do labor. So.
I deal with that type of number, and it's just the attitudes and the different people that comes with different personalities and different spirits that come with that shit.
Yeah, I don't bring my emotions to work.
No. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the different spirits and different attitudes that comes with the people. You know what I'm saying? Not you specific. Yeah, I wasn't talking about you specifically. I'm talking about the other people.
Yeah, the other people get over it real quick because they have a lot of shit to do. There's always some shit to do. I mean, it is what it is. Gotta stay focused because I don't go backwards. So if you miss a certain amount of material, you better do your damnness to get caught up.
Nothing matter with that. Nothing matter with that. Salute to y'all, you know what I mean? Everybody become successful who involved in it. Everybody becomes successful. And I'm tired. I should have got me some rest last night. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Somebody talk about
Nah,
you talk
you right
about don't
though.
I got niggas, ex niggas. I had about 2 niggas when I was fucking, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Cause I'm just saying, you talk about niggas and bitches had niggas where they
Nah, nigga, they came over and told me while you were gossiping.
Bro, of course that nigga, bro. You don't think he was a gossiping, like a gossiping nigga the first moment you seen him? That nigga got chia hat on.
you believe that?
Man, that nigga got a furball on his head, bro. Of course that nigga go pillow talk to the hoes. Look at that nigga hat.
Look, read the room.
This nigga got a I'm sexy and I know it ass hat on.
That what they came over and told me.
Shut your bitch up. You gay, you got a furry ass hat on. That nigga.
I was thugging.
No, everybody took a break. We left you alone. You're still going. Like, you're okay. Oh yeah, people was off. You just was off a little longer because of the situation you was in. Oh, I don't know. You just said, I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. You just asked the question. I don't know.
I'm gonna be 100. It didn't been shit like they didn't happen on Clubhouse.